is to tap into something. Tap into something. The definition of tap into something, yes, it's to use something in a way that brings good results, but that really doesn't fully cover what tap into something means. If you say you tap into something, it really implies that there is an available resource, like an available pool of something that you can use, and that you've managed to take advantage of that resource that's already there. So if something taps into something, it's making really good use of an available resource. So Snapchat has kind of tapped into youth culture. Like young people really enjoy Snapchat. It's really popular. So it's kind of, you could say it's tapped into that market. You hear that a lot about tapping into markets, like when a company really breaks through some kind of section of the market and is really successful. I always picture oil when you tap. I think this phrase comes kind of from oil. Like you can picture oil under the ground, and an oil drill really taps into that pool of oil and uses it. So it's kind of a metaphor for that, like tapping into a market or a pool. So, like, yeah, these days the Korean government is really trying to tap into startup culture. Like they're giving a lot of funding to startups and things. They really want to improve that market. So they're kind of tapping into that area of business. So there's many different examples of how to use tap into something. Snap, number 2, is just kind of a camera term from photography, to snap a picture, take a picture. You take a snapshot, and that's where they get the title Snapchat for this app. So if you just snap a picture, quickly take a picture. Number 3, intimate, is kind of close or warm, describes something that's close, warm, and personal. A lot of times, big famous singers they usually play in big concerts, right? Like arenas and things like that. But sometimes they'll do like a really small concert, and they'll call it like an intimate concert, because they're just in a room with maybe only 100 people and kind of up close and personal, talking with the audience, and it's more warm and personal. So that's one example of intimate. I think in terms of social media, I don't know, I feel like Facebook is more intimate than maybe Instagram. Like Instagram is kind of just showing off pictures to the general public, but I feel like Facebook is more intimate because you're directly talking to different people, and communicating with people like more directly. So as far as social media goes, I would say Facebook is more intimate. And number 4 is augment. Kind of to grow, intensify. Also, we've used this word a lot to describe enhancing something. Like we hear about augmented reality a lot, and that's kind of enhanced reality. I saw in the news there are museums now you go to with your phone, and if you hold your phone up to the picture, it's different. Like it interacts with the picture, and the pictures move and things. So that's kind of a new form of augmented art, like digitally augmented. Okay, and we're done. Any questions about these 4 words?